June 21st will be a day that I'll never forget. Some people had different roles. I mainly just helped my family or anyone else that really needed help.
I might post with post equipment, metal recycling, and post manufacturing.
My name is David Miller. I'm the development director here at the City of Rock Valley. I've been in this position since 2014.
I'm Nikki Kelderman,
Jerry Kelderman.
and we are the owners of Nearly Newtown and Rock Valley.
Nicole Roeder, high school principal.
The flood affected everyone differently. I had to evacuate like most people in town.
We weren't affected with the flood here at all, but downtown we reno a bunch of old buildings and get them ready for businesses.
The flood affected the city greatly, as we know, between multiple businesses and residential properties.
It was a day that will forever change this town's history.
You know, it changed the course of our history forever, and at that, you know, there's many people that are still struggling to find an answer.
We had about 2 feet in the basement. We had some of our inventory down there, and plus all of our storage of supplies and that kind of stuff, racks, hangers.
But managed the co-op in town here, so we had employees affected by the flood, customers affected by the flood. The flood affected more than just everybody personally. I think it affected their customers, their family, their employees. So it has quite a broad reach, I guess.
I remember sitting around a fire that Saturday night and you could just hear the rush of the water in town.
One vivid detail that I remember is the fact that it was 4 in the morning and the whole town of Rock Valley was awake.
Cleaned for like 2 weeks, cleaned buildings, helped a few other people with, I don't know, 10 or 15 of our guys all summer. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, Dawn Netton called that the building's gone. Like, it's not gone, but it's flooded, you know. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's like way on Main Street. And she was a block down already and water was coming up. So we're like, holy crap, this is crazy, you know.
First few hours of the flood, it was important for us as a city to take a peek and look at people, you know, get them out of their house safely, make sure they're still alive and have a shelter to go to, and food to eat, water to drink. We call that kind of the basic first stages of what they call response. Plus 6 months later, we're kind of in that recovery mode. So making sure, again, people have sustainability options between temporary housing to new housing, and then also the business community, that they've got some, you know, money and grants available to keep their doors open, which is important for people to still have their jobs.
So my role during the flood, at first we couldn't get into the school, so we had to just wait patiently. Those first couple of days, I won't forget that we just kind of stayed around my house because there was nothing anybody could do. They couldn't get into their homes, they couldn't get into the school, they really couldn't get anywhere until the water went down. So
the whole summer just was back to square one, start over. Yeah, it was crazy. I'm pretty strong, but it took a lot of energy and hope out of me.
getting up every day and knowing what I was going to, and the craziness that was going to ensue, and just the madness that was going on at school to try and get things cleaned up, and wondering when this was ever going to stop, when we were ever going to be given a break and be done, still breaks my heart to this day.
Probably like everyone, it's a long road. We're still in the middle of it. I think, you know, lasting impressions for me is probably the amount of help and assistance that we garnered.
Yeah, I'll just never forget how some people lost every single thing they had and still somehow found the time to help others.
The benefit of Northwest Iowa is that there's probably always somebody there willing to help. They just need to know where.
Even the people that lost everything still had compassion within themselves to care for others. And you find out that material possessions are just that. They're just material. They come and they go. But people and friends and human lives, that interaction is what truly stands in a tragedy like that, or a hardship like that.